everyone, and welcome to our educational session. My name is Paul Arsov, and I'm the founder of Decentralized Web project. The topic of our educational event today is near-death experiences analyzed, part 2. In part 1, we did go over shared experiences which are very similar between people who experienced a near-death experience. And the next trait which we are going to look at is the power of blessing. In the life review, many near-death experiences saw how their smallest act of kindness carried incredible weight. A blessing whispered over a meal, a silent prayer for someone in pain, a kind word given when someone needed it most. These things created waves, ripples of healing and light that moved outward, touching lives that never even knew they impacted. Many said that they had no idea how much power their thoughts, words, and intentions held until they were on the other side. Even the energy behind your thoughts matters. Blessing isn't just about saying something nice. It's a way of directing sacred life force energy through intention. When you bless your food, your day, or even someone who hurt you, you are choosing to send healing where there is pain and light where there is confusion. Blessing yourself, that's even more crucial. Most of us are on our own harshest critics. But when you start blessing your own journey, the struggles, the missteps, the growing pains, you change how you relate to your story. You stop being a victim of life and start becoming its conscious co-creator. Here is the wild part. Some near-death experiences and experiencers say that saw how even the thought of love directed quietly towards someone in the past reached them across time. We think time is linear, but it is not. Your intentions echo in ways far beyond what you see. So bless your path. Bless the people on it. Bless your brokenness. It's all alchemy. The next trait and shared experience are the relationships that last beyond death. And love doesn't end with death. Many near-death experiences and experiencers describe seeing or sensing loved ones who had passed, waiting for them, guiding them, even helping them cross over. Some felt like their soul connections stretched across multiple lifetimes. What's mind-blowing is how often people say they realize that their departed loved ones have never left. They had been with them the whole time. In science, whispers, synchronicities, the song that played at just the right moment, the feather that landed on your lap, the dream that felt more like a visit. Near-death experiences, people reported getting the sense of never having been separated from their loved ones. Even more amazing, they become receptive to a communication without words. In the out-of-body state, communication is telepathic. No need for words. You just know what someone means. This is called soul communication. In fact, while we're still alive, our relatives in spirit can communicate with us um, the very same way. It is just much harder to notice while in body with constant noise and distraction. In moments of stillness, during meditation, before going to sleep, or even while thinking about loved ones, we will notice the unmistakable signs. So, if you have ever felt like a past loved one was sending you a message through a thought, a feeling, or sign, you probably weren't imagining it. You were receiving it. And one of the last ones, everyone has guides. You might not feel them, you might not see them, but they are always there. Almost every near-death experience report includes the presence of guides, beings that feel both deeply familiar and entirely beyond human, not just angels in the religious sense, but more like soul mentors. Some describe them as old friends, others as wise elders, and a few even as humorous companions who know them better than they know themselves. They don't control your life. They're not here to save you. What they do is support, nudge, and remind. Guides are assigned to you for this lifetime, but many have been with you throughout multiple incarnations. They know your soul's mission better than you do because they helped you choose it. When you feel unexplained pull towards something meaningful or a gut feeling warning you about a path not to take, chances are that's your team whispering through your intuition. Some near-death experiences and experiencers said that their guides greeted them on the other side with love and humor, like old friends at an airport reunion. Others said that guides showed them moments in their life review, not to shame them, but to help them understand why things happened, how they grew, and what was really at stake. The beautiful part, you can connect with them even now. No elaborate rituals needed, just stillness, openness, and the willingness to ask for help. It is not about hearing a voice, it is about learning to trust the subtle language of the soul. Um, Inner knowing, synchronicities, dreams, signs. And if you have ever felt like life has been too heavy, too much, remember, no one would send you into the fire without a support team. You are not alone. You never were. And finally, soulmates are real. Soulmates aren't always romantic. Sometimes they break your heart, sometimes they challenge you so deeply you want to walk away. But somehow you keep coming back to the connection because at the soul level it is familiar. Near-death experiencers often talk about encountering what they call soul families on the other side. These are groups of souls who incarnate together again and again in different constellations as friends, as parents, as siblings, as enemies, as lovers. The roles shift, but the soul connection remains. A soulmate can be your partner, but they can also be the child who teaches you patience, the sibling who pushes your boundaries, or even the person who betrays you, forcing you to grow in ways you never would have otherwise. Soulmates don't always show up wrapped in comfort. Often they show up wrapped in a lesson, one or more. These relationships are rarely accidental. They're designed as part of the pre-birth plan, agreements made before you entered this life. I will play this role for you, and you will play this role for me. We will help each other evolve. Some people report that their soulmate didn't incarnate in this lifetime with them and instead served as a guide from the other side. Others realized during their near-death experience that their abuser, greatest heartbreak, or adversary had actually been one of their closest soul companion, agreeing to play a painful role so that the soul could expand and break old cycles. That's not to justify abuse or toxic behavior, but it reframes how healing can happen. From the soul's point of view, nothing is wasted. Everything, everything is in the service of awakening and growth. And that's the beautiful, sometimes painful truth. Soulmates don't come to complete us, they come to help us remember who we actually are. The deeper the impact, the more likely the soul bond. So, if someone has challenged you, broken you open, shown you a depth of love or pain you didn't know existed, you don't need to condemn them. You can bless them and move on with your life. There have been many moments in our lives that we feel overwhelmed, and listening to near-death experience reports has so often helped us reconnect with the bigger picture and reconsider how we want to face our challenges. What if we died tomorrow and everything ended? Would we have said the things we want the people in our lives to remember? Have we written the stories we came here to tell? Near-death experiences remind us that there will come a time when all we can do is look back and live with the memory of the decisions we made. And that moment, what matters most is whether we can look back with contentment, knowing we lived up to our potential and made the most of our time, or whether we are met with regret and guilt, realizing things we wish we had known sooner. The overwhelming takeaway: love, kindness, and connection matter most. Everything else, status, wealth, petty drama, fades in the background. This realization alone turns every new day here on earth into an opportunity to show up as our greatest, most loving self, and say that things we want our loved ones to remember. What a blessing! We are also reminded that even in our darkest hours, we're never truly alone. We're always loved and seen by a caring support team that has our back, and it is ready to guide us every step in the way. So, what if we lived as if these lessons were true now before we die? Imagine the freedom, the peace, and the love that would define our lives. Maybe we don't need to wait for near that experience to wake up to what truly matters. And with this said, I'm ending part 2 of this presentation, and I'm coming back to the beginning of this presentation when I told you that my name is Paul Arsov and I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project and several other projects. The Decentralized Web project built a decentralized communication and advertising platform. It has its own blockchain instance, and it rewards people who come to our decentralized web platform and become new users with tokens. It also rewards our users for inviting people to become new users on our platform, and it also rewards users with token for viewing advertising, which is very permissive. You have to click a button to start viewing advertising, and you have to keep clicking one after another to view one advertising after another. And with this, you are rewarded with tokens. But the meaning we put to decentralization in our decentralized communication and advertising platform is different than the meaning put by blockchain technology. We view blockchain technology as fundamentally not suitable and incompatible with decentralization. In our implementation of decentralization, we allow only direct communication from user to user without going through a third party, namely a web server or a central point which collects information and then it distributes this information back. Once again, we do only direct communication from user to user. And with this said, I like to tell you the name and the URL of the website of this project. It is decentralizedweb.org. Decentralized and web, these are two words, and they're typed all together. Then there is dot and it ends with org. Once again, decentralizedweb.org. With this said, I'm going to the next project that I like to mention, and this project built marketplace and collection of non-fungible tokens or NFTs based on three-dimensional objects. With three-dimensional objects, there has to be special software which can like read the file of the 3D object. Then this special software opens a window on a computer screen. Then it loads and displays the three-dimensional objects, and then it can do certain manipulations with the 3D object. Traditionally, the creators of 3D objects, they are using commercial software, and currently there are two very popular choices. One of them is called a game engine called Unity, and the other one is a game engine called Unreal. But from the very beginning of our project, we decided to build our own 3D software engine, and what this 3D software engine does is it does the things I mentioned, namely reading the file of the 3D object, opening a window on a computer screen, displaying the 3D object, and then our 3D software engine starts animating the 3D object in a way of moving it in a random fashion around the window it did open. But in addition to these initial and basic capabilities, our 3D software engine has multiple additional capabilities. The first additional capability of our 3D software engine is the capability of speaking. Our 3D NFTs can speak in one of three different voices, namely a male voice, a female voice, or whisper kind of a voice. In addition to the three basic voices, there are three different flavors of voices. A voice can be spoken either in a normal speed fashion, or in a fast speed fashion, or in a slow speed fashion. The next additional and important capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of voice recognition. Our 3D NFTs can recognize voice commands, and for example, if you have a 3D NFT being animated in a random fashion around a window, then you can issue your very first voice command to this 3D NFT to stop moving, and then the 3D NFT is going to stand still and stop moving. You can issue following voice commands to the 3D NFT to move left, move right, move up, move down, zoom in, zoom out, rotate. And then the 3D NFT is going to fulfill each one of these separate voice commands. The next additional and important capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of them having a basic artificial intelligence. Wow, really wow. You can ask the 3D NFT what is your name, and then the 3D NFT is going to reply with their name. You can ask the 3D NFT who are you, and then the 3D NFT is going to reply in a few sentences of who they are. You can ask the 3D NFT to describe something. For example, describe Web3, or describe decentralization, or describe Russia. The last additional but not least important capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of them being displayed in a way of stereoscopics. What stereoscopics means is that part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in red or reddish colors, and another part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in blue or cyan colors. Then you can come to our 3D NFT marketplace and Now is the time to tell you the name and the URL of the website of this 3D NFT marketplace. It is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is typed in a way of the number 3 followed by the letter D followed by 3 other letters N, F, and T, and it is typed all together 3D NFT. Then there is dot, then there are two words typed all together, decentralized and web. Then there is dot and it ends with org. Once again, 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. On the top of the main page and every other page, you can see a number of links. One of these links point to links to accessories, and when you click on this link, you're going to see that we're offering special glasses. When you click and order one pair of these glasses, you're going to find that, and when you receive these glasses, you're going to see that one lens of these glasses is red and the other lens of these glasses is blue cyan. Then you can put these glasses on. You can request the displaying the 3D NFT in a way of stereoscopics, and then you're going to see the 3D NFT is coming out of a flat two-dimensional computer screen, and you're going to see it in real 3 dimensions. With this said, I'm ending talking about our 3D NFT software engine, and I like to tell you a little bit about our 3D NFT marketplace. In our 3D NFT marketplace, we have our own blockchain instance, and it allows us to not charge you, the user, a gas fee for the deployments of the smart contracts of non-fungible tokens, and we do not charge you, the user, for transactions of transfer of ownership from one user to another user. By having our own blockchain instance, also we allow buying and receiving proceedings from sale of the 3D NFTs in multiple crypto coins. Currently, the choices include Solana Sol, Polygon, Pol, Matic, Avalanche, AVAX, and Qcoin, which is a big centralized crypto exchange. It has a coin called KCS. With this set, I like to mention that we have a second parallel and independent way of buying and selling of 3D NFTs, and it is done entirely in fiat currency. If you're the user, for example, and you come to our 3D NFT marketplace, you can browse through the collection of 3D NFTs, and when you click on one of the 3D NFTs that you like to purchase, you're going to be presented with a drop-down menu which is asking you to choose between 4 different crypto coins and a fifth choice of paying with fiat currency. When you select this and click to advance next, then you're going to be presented with a screen where you have to put the number of your debit or credit card, expiration date, and CVC. And when you click on the button to complete the transaction, then what is going to happen is there is going to be a conversion and transaction, and the payment from your national fiat currency, which could be different from US dollar, is going to be converted to US dollars and deposited in our bank account. Then we are going to do a transaction and transfer of ownership, the initial ownership from our 3D NFT marketplace to you, and now you become the owner of this 3D NFT. Then you can play with this 3D NFT for a while, and at some point you could put the 3D NFT for sale. You decide on the price that you put for sale, and let's say there's a second user who comes to our 3D NFT marketplace. They browse through the collections, they see and like to purchase in particular the 3D NFT that you put for sale, and they go through the same motions of selecting payment with fiat currency, putting their debit or credit card, expiration date, and CVC numbers, and they complete the transaction, and their payment is going to be converted from their national fiat currency to US dollars and deposited in our bank account. Then we are going to do a transaction and transfer from you to the second user, and now they become the owner of this 3D NFT. Then we are going to do a transaction and transfer, and this transaction is going to be a deposit in your bank account in your national fiat currency of the payment for the sale of the 3D NFT. With this set, I'm ending talking about this second project. The third project I would like to mention is the AI to AI project, and in this project we built artificial intelligence agents. Currently two artificial intelligence agents, and each one of these artificial intelligence agents is outfitted with their own avatar image, their own voice with which they're speaking, their pitch, the voice with which they're speaking, and their own large language model. And you, the user of this project, are going to specify the prompt for each one of these AI agents, the first one and the second one, and you're going to specify also the context of the interaction, which is going to be entirely between the first and the second AI agent. So let's give an example. For example, you choose the first AI entity to have a female gender, female avatar image, female voice, and they also have, you put the prompt for this female AI avatar to be very seductive. Then you put the context of this interaction to ask questions and answer questions. And then for the second AI avatar, you specify this AI avatar to be to have a male gender, male voice, male avatar image, and you specify the prompt for this AI avatar to be very angry. And for the context of the interaction between for this second AI avatar, you specify the same context of asking questions and replying to questions. Then you, the user of this AI project, could start this interaction, and then you're going to enjoy the first female AI entity trying to seduce the second male AI entity, and then the male AI entity responding in an angry fashion to the female AI entity, and then this interaction is going to go back and forth for a period of time. Then at some point after 1 or several minutes, after enjoying thoroughly this interaction, you could stop this interaction, and at this point you have a choice to save the transcript of this interaction for your own later viewing, and also you could um, uh, save the parameters of this interaction, and then share the parameters of this interaction on our AI to AI project website. The website of this project is ai2ai.decentralizedweb.org. AI to AI is typed in a way of the letter A followed by the letter I, followed by the number 2, followed by two other letters A and I. And it is typed all together AI to AI. Then there is dot, then there are two words, decentralized and web, and they are typed all together, decentralized web. Then there is dot and it ends with org. With this set, you, the user, could choose many other types of interactions. For example, the first AI entity could be a salesperson trying to sell a specific item, be it a washing machine or a car, and the second AI entity could be a customer wanting to buy a washing machine and or a car. And with this said, I'm ending talking about this project, and I like to mention two other projects that we are working on, but they're in development, and they do not have a website or released information about them. The first of this project is a token counter project, and this project is counting the tokens which you, the user of different AI agents, is spending through like interactions with these AI agents, or like having these AI agents serving in your business. But like counting of the tokens is a very, very important job, because like commercial providers of AI models, namely OpenAI or XAI or Anthropic or Google or any other commercial providers, like for example Amazon, putting models on their cloud. All of these providers are charging users in tokens, and then they calculate how many tokens you did spend, and in the end of the month you are going to be presented with a bill, and sometimes you during the month you could use multiple AI agents, and then in the end of the month or at the time of paying the bill comes as a huge negative surprise to you, and you realize that you overspent on services done by AI agents. But our token counter project could give you the exact amount spent in services with a specific AI model, or with a specific models provider, and aggregate this spending over days or over weeks or over month, so that you could have the exact amount spent, and you could request, for example, stop the use of these agents. You could block the work of this agent through through our project, and then you could start and stop this use for a period of time, or like for forever, if you like. With this said, I'm going to the next project that we're working on, and this project is automation agent, and this project is recording a sequence of steps that you're taking in a specific program, be it a web browser or another program that you have on your computer. And you, the user, could request start of the recording of these interactions, and then at some point you could request stop and stop this recording and label this interaction in with a specific label. But what this recording could be, for example, you could be going to a specific food store or number of food stores and requesting purchasing of a specific food item or number of items, and at the last step you could at the last step pay by your credit card. Click to pay with your credit card and request delivery to your home of one or more food items that you did request. Another type of interaction could be buying a ticket for a concert for of a specific entertainer, going on a specific range of dates and specific times when these concerts are happening. The third thing you could request is like buying an airplane ticket and going to a specific destination with a specific airline or multiple airlines, and this AI agent could record all of these interactions, and then you could recall this recording of actions by the specific label, and then you could guide these actions, and at the last action you could confirm and make a payment for the ticket for the concert, or for the ticket of the flight, and for the specific food items. With this said, I'm ending this presentation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing. Have a nice day, have a nice evening, and goodbye.